Hey Sagittarius, it goes without saying that you're a seeker. But hey seekers, we're working with the Golden Universal Tarot. They're very pretty. Saggy for October. Let's see what the cards have in store for you. Thank you for being here. We're going according to the amount of likes. So you were next on how many likes you gave your video for September for Virgo season. If you want to up your game and have your video come out sooner, feel free to press the like. You know, it's free. And it's supportive of the channel and of your archetype in a way. So go for it if you may. Okay. Sagittarius. Pick up on ancestry energy. You're reliving something now. I don't know if you're even aware of it, but that either one of your ancestors lived through, gone through, either as a person, as an individual, or as a collective to your heritage somehow. But something is being relived through you now. I don't know if it's an opportunity to course correct. For some of you, it's ancestral karma, where you have an opportunity to make a different choice or do something different, and thus alleviating that karma and breaking lineage karma. It's something uncomfortable that you need to do. It might be frowned upon, like something that won't be liked or accepted by someone or by an environment of some sort. And you can't really explain, but you know that's what you have to do. There's something you need to say no to, or more so not give. Okay. What is this? Show me more. For those of you who don't connect to this, this is just a pre-reading channel, so stay tuned for what's next that could apply to you. For now, anything else? What else does Sag need to know about this? Is there any other guidance for Sagittarius about this? It's seemingly unloving, but it's actually loving. Okay? Someone will perceive it as unloving, but spiritually and energetically it will be loving. And I don't think they'll understand. I don't think it's someone that you can explain it to them. I don't think it's someone that shares this worldview or understanding of, like, you know, like you tell them lineage curse and they're like, so what now? You know, something like that. I'm not saying there's necessarily a lineage curse. I'm just giving an example. This is very odd. Okay, I'll just go with it. I'm picking up something from the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was one of the most colonialist empires in history. Like, they took over pretty much everything. They also spread Christianity at the expense of pagans and indigenous people, and pretty much outlawed believing in gods, right? There was a lot of enforced conversions. Spain is coming up, Portugal is coming up. What's relevant there, as far as I'm familiar with in history, and there's so much you can add. If you know of anything else in the comments, you can add if you know of something else that also applies somehow to this narrative. It's just the best example that comes through my mind. I'm picking up on like in Spain, they forced Jews to convert to Christianity, and if they wouldn't, they would strip them off their properties and of their everything, pretty much take everything away from them, and then also exile them. And many of them chose to not convert, and then they were exiled to Portugal. And a similar thing happened there, right? It was in the 14th and 15th century-ish. So it's almost like you escape something that happens to you, and you feel like you did the right thing, the best thing that you could, aka they chose to maintain what they believed in and not, and they got stripped off their property and exiled. You know, that's a big sacrifice to do for your faith, right? But then they didn't get any karmic resolution or justice. They had the same thing happen to them by another, well, today we call it government, back then it was royalty, right? By Portugal. Why is this coming up? So maybe this is something that has gone through your ancestry, either on an individual level or like as such, like as a collective level, several times. Like it happened again and again, and it's almost like karmic resolution was never attained. This loop. Now here's the interesting part. When that happens to a spirit, to a soul, either of a collective or of an individual, it's a compiling of karma or of dharma, right? So if someone constantly oppresses and persecutes, they collect the karma of being a persecutor, and it just grows and grows and grows if they keep doing that lifetime after lifetime. However, if you suffer from it, you compile a karmic debt from the universe or from whomever did that to you. So I feel like you're owed. Sag, you are owed, to make a long story short, you're owed a lot of karmic justice, and a good one, I feel. I mean, obviously these are general readings. You can be on either side of the spectrum. Unfortunately, I feel like each and every single one of you would know best, but you know, I feel like by the most parts I'm tapped into those of you who are owed good karma. But again, you tell me what's your situation. And so if you owe, so in this lifetime you constantly find yourself, no, okay, never mind, not relevant. You're owed, and you've been living this repetition throughout the first part of your life, and now it's like I'm picking up on some of you. Obviously it can apply to all of you, but some of you are going to get loads and loads of your payments, right? So it could be energetic payment, like a lot of good fortune is going to start, just serendipity, luck, things just coming together one after the other. It's not just dumb luck. You are owed this, okay? It could play out financially, like you can suddenly, start earning a lot of money or receive a lot of money somehow. I think this is the longest channeled message before the cards that I've had in a while. It's cool. So this is good news. Something gets really. You have that a little bit in common with Taurus, and you might want to watch Taurus's reading. If you really want to dive deeper, if the topic of ancestral karma touches you, touches all of us, but if this really strikes you, please be sure to check out my Karmic Shift and Liberation, and check out either your Sagittarius if you don't know your other placements, or if you want to watch that one anyway. But watch your karmic placements. Watch your Saturn, your South Node, your Pluto, if you know those. Because I made one for each sign. It's available on Vimeo or on Tier 3 on my Patreon. On Patreon, it's for unlimited streaming all the signs. On Vimeo, you can purchase them separately. Anyway, it's coming up strongly. Okay. What else for Sagittarius? Almost 12 minutes in. I feel like it's something that needed to be said. Saggy. Wow. Picking up on like so many secret things are going to are like there is so many like hidden eighth house type of energy, like scorpionic energy, like hidden things in your life, like a lot of mystery. There's a lot of mystery around your story, around your background, around your lineage, and esotericism, mystery and esotericism. Three of Cups. So it's as simple as it comes. It's a celebration. Something really worth celebrating. Some really, really good news. Or just spending time with really good people. That there's a lot of flow. It could be simply put a party or a gathering. Ten of Swords. Give me one more thing. I'm tapping into something. I just want to make sure I'm not just completely flying elsewhere with this. Give me one more thing, please, about this. One more card to explain this. Two of Wands and Knight of Wands. Okay. Three of Cups, Ten of Swords, Two of Wands, Knight of Wands. This is someone that is far away from you geographically. There's geographical distance and there's travel. You're going to them or they're coming to you. There's space between you. Tons of past lifetime stuff are coming up. Like this is such a Saggy. So this is about a culture that you were a part of that ended or got killed somehow, persecuted, annihilated even. This could go back anywhere in history. Unfortunately, we have infinite examples of such in history. But I don't know if you're like learning about it, learning about an heritage that you, something that you were a part of that you didn't know, that your ancestors went through. And you are setting yourself on a journey, on a quest to discover. You want to learn more about it. What happened to these people, to your people? What happened? Maybe someone is asking me just as an historical question. The Jews got exiled from Spain, then to Portugal. They went to Portugal, and then Portugal king did the same thing to them, and then they went to Morocco. Okay, if you go back in history with the Jewish people, it goes back up to 6,000 years actually in history. So they did come. I'm Jewish. Did come full circle. It's interesting how I can, how your own stories can help you convey messages. Like, I'm so happy that I know this, because if I hadn't known this, I wouldn't be able to give you such clear example, right? Yeah, it was Spain. Before Spain, they were really going back. They were in Israel. Like, if you go back thousands of years, right? But they got exiled so many times from there as well by persecutors. So they found themselves all over the world in exile. And it's coming up so strongly for you. So it could be literal. You could be Jewish, right? But unfortunately, as we know in history, you could be anything. You can go back in time and date somehow, somewhere that your ancestors went through something, right? You're learning about it. You're studying about it. You want to bring something back to life. And you're doing it with the help of a piece of information that is coming to you. Wow. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. It's, wow, okay. This is gorgeous. Came up like this. Okay, some of you are, look, if you don't want to get pregnant, or if you don't want to get anyone pregnant, keep in mind that this is a highly fertile time for you. You can easily get knocked up. So if you've been planning this and wanting this, congratulations. If not, just keep that in mind. To take that to a least literal place, a really wonderful new start, a birth of something so exciting. If to connect it to what we've seen so far, this could be you learning something about your past or your ancestors that kind of connects the missing piece and brings a sense of wholesomeness to you. There's something about the inner yin and yang, divine masculine, divine feminine, that comes into integration and unity. So that's really wonderful. And other than that, it's just a really exciting start. A major blessing. Something that you are very passionate about, very interested of. It could be a mind-blowing new relationship that is coming out of the blue. You're connecting with someone on a very deep level. It's immediate, it's fast, it's exciting, it's emotionally overwhelming. Four of Pentacles, some of you, it's going to scare the shit out of you. Some of you are like, I don't know what to do with all that. Say thank you and have fun. Just a thought, you know, just a thought. This is love that is coming in really fast. And then it almost threatens your status quo. Like you've gotten used to being in a certain position, a certain way, living a certain lifestyle, and then from one you become two, and it's like, don't worry, enjoy it. There is someone. Something to do with finances. You feel threatened for finances. 4 of Cups and the Devil. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and the Devil. Guys, don't trust. If you don't trust someone with finances, if your gut instincts tell you that something is wrong, then you can trust it. I see someone possibly being manipulative with resources, with finances, trying to hold on to something from greed. Someone is also using finances to control someone. And also I'm picking up on someone coming in with a lot of faith, a lot of passion, a lot of willingness, authenticity, drive, and they encounter like this brick wall of someone very stubborn and that is just really lacking of faith and won't listen, and they're going to try to sway you out of something. No, you shouldn't do that. It doesn't belong to you. It's not yours. It's not okay. Like, there's like, this is a like guilt trip. Picking up on a guilt trip. Someone giving you a guilt trip. Messing with your strengths, making you doubt something that is actually really, really good here with 2 aces. Great new horizon opportunity. Like, it's an opportunity to really put an end to something that was painful, and the World card literally putting an end to something that was painful and being above it, right, and rising above and away from it, and just finishing up something toxic in your life. Take the opportunity to finish something toxic in your life, and this could be the karmic cycle that we've discussed in the beginning, in the intro here. Is finally coming to an end, but if there's someone involved that doesn't want you to let go of them, they're going to hold on and going to try to convince you in so many ways to stay, to not do that, to not go there. And you're like, I have to go. I have to do this. I think some of you are on the verge of a great accomplishment, Fool card, and freedom and liberation. And there's some sort of energy or person that's trying to really hold you back. Look, this could be your own insecurity and sense of, self-shaming that you are guided to overcome. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am picking up on something like either a stripper or a pole dancer, something with dancing that incorporates sexuality. else, Sagittarius, about this? I'm sorry, a lot of things came up in this reading, but it's just... Some of you are discovering big deceit or betrayal. Someone was leading you on or manipulating you. You're learning about it. Judgment. You're finding something out. It's not going to be pleasant, but it's going to be very liberating, and you'll be able to finally bury something that needed to be buried for a very long time. That has been like a thorn in your butt. Judgment here, you know, there's karmic justice, judgment in the world, karmic justice, and an opportunity to finally start anew energetically, a clean slate. Some of you are carrying some knowledge. Again, circling back to the intro, some of you are carrying ancestral knowledge. You know, our DNA remembers, our body remembers. Like, I just learned Spanish super easy growing up, and I'm not from a Spanish-speaking family, and I grew up, you know, and I just knew Spanish. I know Spanish, not as well as I know English and Hebrew, but you know, and I feel like it's from past lifetimes. I know that's ancestral memory. You know, sorry for constantly giving, you know, subjective examples in this reading, but hey, newsflash: there's no such thing as an objective reading. If a human being delivers, then the human is a part of it. It's inevitable. And if you're guided here, then there's something here to benefit you from my stories or from my knowledge, right? So anyway, the DNA remembers. Okay, so you're remembering something, you're recalling something that you've had in you for a long time that has been kind of dormant, and maybe learning that your ancestors knew something or did something kind of wakes it up within you. You're coming back to yourself. There's massive healing and stripping off a lot of bullshit of several generations. We do have the archetype for Archangel Michael and Samuel, Lucifer, Morning Star. Michael is said to be the archangel that fought Samuel, Lucifer, out of heaven and into earth. You know, angels are badasses. They're ferocious warriors. You know, it's just modern day angels are seeming so angelic and cute, very cute. But they carry archetypally, right? Allegorically, they carry the power of God to execute His word, right? Her word. So there's a lot of power coming in through this reading. Maybe there's an ancient battle, an ancient conflict with you and one of your people, someone that was always around, like a soulmate that there was always a big conflict with, that maybe you defeated them or they defeated you, someone defeated someone, and it's been a constant like cycle of defeat. You know, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. So I feel like this is an opportunity to, it's like one of you wants to break out of it and not play that game again and not fall into that cycle again, and the other is like, No, I like my holy war. Thank you. You know, it doesn't always take two to tango, especially if you want to break out of the dance. You can just break yourself out of the dance. I'm going to continue this reading as an extended. See what else is coming up. It's available on Patreon. Link is below in the description box. Feel free to check out Tarot Masterclass Bunkai if you want to learn how to read tarot from moi. Yeah, you will also be undergoing a shamanic and spiritual journey with me, because tarot is, it's a path for life. It's not just a divination tool. It's way beyond that. It's a portal. Anyway, if you're new, subscribe. You can find me on Instagram, the Existential Shift. Be sure to like, so you'll be ahead next month with your reading. You got this.